So here it is. Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a good Christmas day so far, or have had one depending when you're watching this video. I hope you got some presents that you wanted, some that you maybe were surprised by, and you've had a good Christmas day with all the family and friends who may be there, and you just had an overall good day. Christmas for me this year is looking a little bit different. We're spicing it up a notch in terms of what I'm doing, because we've done the usual stuff in terms of going getting Christmas presents, whatnot. Me and Els, we normally do a little Cheltenham we go to, and then we do our shopping there a lot of the time. We've done that trip already, and we've also been a few other places as well, including Bath. And you can actually see a couple of the presents right there on top of my vinyls, and obviously I'm yet to wrap them. But in terms of my Christmas this year, I'm spending basically the majority of it doing the exact same thing I always have done. But one thing I haven't actually done yet at all, considering me and her have been together for 6 years, I am going to be going kind of later in the day, sort of after the Christmas dinner sort of thing, and going and spending the evening and then Boxing Day with Ellie and her family, which will be a nice change up and just sort of add a little bit of difference to how my Christmas usually goes. So that's what my Christmas is looking like. Let me know in the comments what your Christmas is looking like. Are you doing anything in particular? Do you not celebrate Christmas? Are you doing something instead? Let me know any presents that you got so far. I'm actually very curious about that one, to see what some of you have got or what you've asked for. And I'm always curious as to what people's Christmas traditions are. For me, it has to be the cheese and crackers in the evening. If that doesn't happen Christmas Day, it ain't Christmas to me. I'm sorry. But let me know all that sort of stuff in the comments below. If you have somehow stumbled across this channel and this video, then welcome for one. And secondly, you're probably wondering, what the hell is this video? So for those of you who aren't sure what this video is, or just need a little bit of reminding, basically it's where I sort of take a look back at the year, what sort of happened, and kind of just give a couple of shout outs in the end of the video, and just sort of talk about what I've sort of got lined up for 2023. And did you know that this is my 5th year of doing this video? I started this, I think, in 2018. I think the math is mathing on that. But basically, I started this back in 2018 as sort of a way to kind of give people who maybe aren't, or who are a little bit like alone on Christmas days, just something to watch by someone who's kind of, I'm not normal, but everyday sort of person, I don't know. And also it's just a good way for me to sort of just look back on the year in general and just sort of like reminisce and just sort of like think about how I want to improve myself as well. Bring a bit of wholesomeness, I guess, is what I want to say that these types of videos are. That's kind of why I started it. I just think it's mad that I've been doing these for 5 years, and my channel overall is reaching 10 years old, and that'll be in 2 years' time nearly. Now, to start this video off, I think I want to talk about the highlights. Start off with the goods, go a little bit into the lows, but not reminisce on that too much, and then we'll move on to some other little bits and bobs. So, in terms of the highlights this year, I would actually say travelling has been a big one for me. I mean, maybe I haven't been as many places I would have liked to, but it's definitely more places than I've been in a typical year, especially due to that thing that happened 2 years ago. But this year I've been to 3 main places. That's 4 fingers. That's not very good. All these trips are basically like trips that I went away with Ellie for, and basically those were Amsterdam, Edinburgh and Brighton, and all these trips were amazing, and I'm going to show you some footage of them now. And if I had to pick a favourite out of these, I would actually say the Edinburgh trip was actually probably my favourite of all of them. I felt like we kind of did some touristy things, including going on basically a tourist bus where you basically are taken around more of the Highlands and get the chance to see that. We also did see the Harry Potter train bit over the bridge. That was quite cool to actually see, the Hogwarts Express. And on top of that, just Edinburgh is a beautiful city, and I'm so happy that we had a chance to go, because honestly it was genuinely a place where I felt like I was so comfortable, and I would like actually genuinely love to, like, if I had the opportunity I would take it and just live there. But I was definitely taken away by Scotland. I think it's a beautiful city, and also the place that we stayed was incredible as well. Just like, it was like this small apartment, but it just had everything you needed, and like was really modern as well, and just looked really sleek and stylish, and it was a really lovely place to stay. Then Amsterdam was another trip at its own. I think that was actually the first time me and Ellie have gone abroad together as well. The Museum of Van Gogh, that was a really extraordinary thing to look at, and like actually I've never really had an appreciation for like looking through like art galleries or anything, but looking through something like that was actually so nice to go through and just like actually quite experience. And I actually feel like that was one of my highlights of the trip actually. And another highlight actually was going through the canals on a boat, and basically kind of, it was almost like a tour kind of thing, just sort of show you and point out sort of stuff. It was more so like just sitting on a canal boat and just like being able to enjoy being on the canals in Amsterdam. That was so cool to like be a part of and just like look at. I think those 2 things was like my favourite things we did on that trip. And of course throughout all these trips we got plenty of food and tried plenty of different food, and all the food everywhere I went was amazing, and I would definitely just go back just for the food side of it as well. And somehow amongst all this we were actually able to fit in our yearly, even though I don't think we did it last year, our yearly Brighton trip, which is it's the same old thing we always do, but it's a lovely one, and it's kind of like the kind of our couple tradition thing that we at least try to fit in once a year. Go and look around the lanes, go and look into record shops, at least for me, and again try out a load of food places there. I was just like trying to think about other stuff that we did when we went traveling as well, but I'm gonna bring up this one. I'm gonna have to blur this, and I'm gonna feel like such like an OnlyFans person, just like trying to promote their OnlyFans or something, but I'm gonna have to blur this for YouTube's sake. But if you want to see the full image, you can go into my Discord and you can have a look at the full image there, because basically went to the museum and they had these two massive things that you could sit next to, and yeah, I don't know why I'm mentioning this in this video, but there you go. Go to my Discord if you want a full look at the image. But moving away from the traveling side of the highlights of this year, one highlight that I'm really proud of myself for, actually two things I'm actually really proud of myself for are, firstly, doing my driving theory. I have never done a driving theory test. I kind of did a bit of revision all the way back in 2018, but never really did anything with it. But I think back in September, I was actually able to somehow, some way, pass my driving theory test first time, and I do not know how I did it. I think the only thing that really helped me was basically, funnily enough, James May's driving theory app. Basically, I found that so useful, and I highly recommend anyone who's trying to go for their driving theory just like using the apps and just going through questions every day and just practicing. And I was literally, if I got one more answer wrong, then I would have failed my actual driving theory test. But we've done it, and we can move on to the next step, which is actually practical and actually hopefully get myself out on the road. So I'm very happy that I've been able to take a step in the right direction to be completing my driving, basically. And the second thing I'm very proud of is the fact that I was actually able to achieve, I don't know if I can fully show this, but it's just a certificate. There we go. You probably can't really see, so this proves I've done it. But I was basically able to achieve my apprenticeship in digital marketing level 3, and this was a whole roller coaster of things. And if I'm like completely honest with you, I came so close several times to just being like, no, I'm done with this. But despite being made redundant in September, August sort of time, I still was allowed, because I was like this close to like the finishing line of being able to get the apprenticeship done. I didn't need to find another employer, and I was allowed to just do the examinations. I had like a 3-month time period where I had to get it done by, and we did it within that sort of just over a month, I'd say, after finishing. And what this certificate shows is that I actually did get myself a distinction, which is basically the highest grade that you can get in a level 3 sort of subject. Is that the right term? I don't know. And now to kind of transition that kind of into the lows of this year, the main thing that's really hit me this year, which is going to like kind of change how I do Christmas a bit, is that I lost my dad, unfortunately, due to cancer again. He basically had it for the last 2 or 3 years, I think. It was literally just as COVID kind of was coming into effect, and for the past 2 years or so, he's basically battling that, and unfortunately just it overtook him and he couldn't fight it anymore. So that was very sad to do. Spread his ashes literally about 2 weeks ago now. It felt very weird, not in the sense of like doing it, but more in the fact of like, I thought I'd be more upset about doing it, but because it was like a place where he wanted his ashes to be spread, and that it was somewhere that was quite meaningful to me and him, it very much just made me feel kind of at peace with doing it. And I'd had his ashes sitting here, or like in my bedroom, for a couple of months, and I just kind of felt like I just wanted to get it done a bit. So I was very happy to actually have at least done that to some extent. Obviously I'd rather he was here, but life's a bitch sometimes. And from there, as I kind of mentioned, I was also then made redundant on top of everything, and due to many things that I can't go into in this video, like with that job, there was a lot of instances where I was struggling a lot with it in terms of like how it was being run, and kind of like me trying to get my role in there, feeling quite isolated from the rest of the team, because I was doing digital marketing, the only digital marketer, and as an apprentice trying to learn, made it a lot more trickier to do. But the fact I kind of had the determination to push through it and just get the job done at the end of the day, and then be told that I'm being made redundant, just kind of wasn't a highlight of my year. And then kind of to link on the back of that, basically the other side that's kind of been a low light of this year is I haven't found a new job since then. I couldn't even tell you how many jobs I've applied to, how many interviews I have had. I've been looking each and every day and have found nothing. I mean, granted, I have found stuff that I would like to do, but I haven't found anywhere that's willing to take me yet. Meaning it kind of feels like I'm at a point in life where my life's just on hold. I'm waiting to get a job so then I can then think about moving out and getting a place of my own, and sort of saving up for whatever it is I'm looking to do, and just like get in life and just sort of meet goals. It feels like I'm in a time and place where I just can't push any further because I'm just restricted by not having the job that I'm trying to do. In terms of my state of life right now, it's kind of at a point where I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of this year, treat it as if I've got a bit of time off, and just do whatever I want to do. And then in the new year, I'm meeting goals, I'm gonna get a job, whatever it is, hopefully in the career that I want to do. But if not, then I'm just gonna be working, grinding, and saving me pennies. Although actually, to kind of bring this back to the whole like sort of highlight thing again, so we're not just leaving that whole section on like a whole low, I am going back to the gym recently. I mean, the last 2 weeks we haven't been doing the best at it, but I've been going to the gym and it actually has helped me feel a lot better with myself when I have been going. So those were a couple of the kind of highs and lows of my 2022, but kind of looking into the whole creative space now, my YouTube and whatever else I've been doing, my music. So let's start off with where we are right here, right now, which is YouTube. So with YouTube, I've made 3 videos prior to this throughout this entire year. These videos were the I'm Still Here channel update video, the I Brought a Dream Lego Marvel set, and also my 2022 vinyl record vinyl haul, basically. Update video is pretty self-explanatory, but I want to talk about the last 2 videos I've released because they have been incredible in terms of like waking me up to YouTube a lot more, because I've kind of taken the step to basically, before I did my apprenticeship, I was just kind of making content and doing, I'll be honest, like the bare minimum when it came to like thumbnails. But with these last 2 videos, I've really tried to take it upon myself to sort of take everything that I've kind of learned from doing my apprenticeship and try and input it into my YouTube videos. And it has paid off, because sure, a couple of videos on this channel, they've gone to the like 1, even 2K mark. I think one's even nearly at 3K videos, I think my comic book collection video, but like I've never fully really tried like to push it out into the algorithm or anything. And this isn't me being like, I'm just trying to get my videos out in the algorithm or anything, but I am happy with the fact that I've been able to take some time to actually research what I should actually make a title, research how I could, or spend time making a thumbnail that can stand out in the algorithm a bit better. And the last 2 videos have basically done over 150 views. I think the vinyl ones actually hit over 200. So overall, I'm really happy with that I've been able to take a step to kind of make these videos do well. And on top of that, I think the content within them is actually really good and quite enjoyable to watch from my own personal standpoint. And because of how well those videos have done, it's really kind of dragged me back in to be like, I've still got a knack for YouTube and I could still put some effort into it, and I may be able to like get something out of it a little bit. Like, and when I say get something out of it, I'm not talking about making this a career, but I'm just talking more about building a community and like actually feeling like I can put videos out there and have you guys actually watch it and be able to enjoy it a lot more to a wider sense as well. Either way, I'm just really happy with how the last few videos are done. Obviously, they're not ginormous videos, they haven't done like millions of views, they haven't even done 1,000 views, but for me and where my channel is and what my videos normally do, they've exceeded them, and I'm aiming to make that sort of the aim for future videos, as well as just improve the quality of the content as well in general. And for that, I want to thank you guys who have hopefully watched those videos already, and just like for supporting me with those videos and just like helping me sort of like become more motivated to do YouTube again, because I love making videos. And just like, I think one of the things I'm trying to get out here is that feeling like you put all your time into making videos and like putting so much effort into making them and then seeing them not do as well is always a little bit heartbreaking. But to put them out there and then see people actually engaging and watching them, it feels so rewarding to do it, and that's what I want to do more of. Now, what else have I done content wise? Let's go to music and then we'll come back to YouTube, because with music I've released 3 songs this year. I have been majorly slacking with music. Main reason for that is because I've been trying to work on this project called University Dropout. You know what, fuck it, here's the cover for it. This is basically taken by Lewis and also edited by Lewis. He is an incredible photographer who I met at university, and I love his work and what he does. And we did a photo shoot. This was basically the album cover that I'm going to be using for University Dropout. Basically, there are a lot of subject themes within this University Dropout project that I'm trying to make that's basically, it's very personal to me, and it's kind of something that I've been, like, me releasing this project is when I can let go of all my feelings towards university. So trying to kind of like put it into a project, have it in my mind, trying to get it done, it's kind of been very much like restricting to me of being able to do it. So basically it's just been a thing of I haven't really wanted to push and force myself to do something that I'm just a bit like, I don't want to do, but I also am at the same time trying to push myself to just get it done, because it feels like any other music I try and create around it feels like I'm always just like, you can't do that yet because you haven't released this yet. So that's kind of where I'm at with my music stuff. And in 2022, I want to get better with releasing more music, and I definitely have stuff in mind. Plus the project's about 10 to 12, 14 songs long, and I've got an extra project that kind of is almost like, you can consider it like deluxe version or whatever, just like extra things that I didn't put on it. So I've got stuff planned for this project, and on top of that I want to get back into making more songs and whatnot. So music's been on hold-ish. I've released 3 songs, being Another Life being the most recent one, Do They, as well as Bounce. So those are the 3 songs I released this year. If you want to go check them out, Spotify/YouTube, links to them are below. I like to think they're good, but it's subjective, isn't it? But now to hop on back to the YouTube side. Streaming, that's something I've been doing. I basically, over the past week or so, I've been live streaming some Minecraft stuff. I've made a playlist for them. It's basically, I'm doing this thing called Christmas Craft, which is just going to be like a wintertime Minecraft world that I always come back to and just start playing. So I've been building a world on there. I've been really enjoying doing it. So if you want to like jump in and say hello to some of the streams, and let me know if you came across those streams through this video. So that is something I'm looking to get a lot more into, like actually building up upon in this channel as well. So that was like the extra little bonus thing I wanted to talk content wise. Oh, how can I forget about that? I actually genuinely forgot about my TikTok and my Dr. Dropout channel. So the TikTok channel, where I do like vinyl stuff, actually doing really well at the moment. I just need to be more consistent with it, and I feel like it could go somewhere really. So really happy with that. If you like your vinyls and stuff, definitely recommend that as a place to follow me and watch content. I'm going to be trying to be a bit more on it now. And then on top of that, I also started a gaming account. I've got that as a channel that I'm kind of having as a sort of side project that I want to keep working on. Haven't been as on it as I probably was like at some point this year, but it is definitely something that I'm just going to kind of try and build up and grow, and we'll see how it kind of comes along. It's like my science experiment, I guess. But now for my favourite part of the Christmas Day video, which is giving some shout outs. Now I haven't got as many this year because, if I'm honest with you, I haven't really like been watching too much content either. I mean, I have, but not really to an extent of like following a particular creator. But the first guy I want to shout out is someone who is familiar with these videos, and that is Mr. Lord Dylan himself. So with Charlie, basically, he has been on a little bit of a role of making TikToks, and also now suddenly coming back to YouTube. I see you, my friend, I see you. Now, Charlie, I'm going to in particular shout out your TikTok, because I've got to be honest, I personally really think you're suited for TikTok. I generally feel like that's like really for you. It's like, it feels like it suits your style, and like whenever I go on your TikTok, I have a laugh, and it feels like I'm talking, it's like someone personal talking to me. Obviously I know you in real life as well, but like, I mean from like a content creator slash influencer what word am I trying to say? Perception? Or point of view, let's go with that. From like that sort of point of view, and being able to talk to your audience feels quite personal. Being able, it feels like you're relatable in your TikToks, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like just the start of it, how quick they can be, I feel like it's more suiting for you, and I generally just hope you keep on doing it. Maybe bring it over to the YouTube shorts as well. I see you've done it a little bit. But either way, every time I see your TikToks, they always they make me smile basically, which I think is what you need from a lot more content creators nowadays. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And down in the description are going to be all the links and whatnot. So go and check out Charlie's TikTok, but also check out his YouTube as well, because he's coming back to it. He's recently made a video sort of discussing what he's doing with his channel, so I definitely recommend you go and check that out to sort of get an understanding what his channel's about, what he's up to and whatnot. So make sure to go subscribe to him. If you do, make sure to say hello from me, I know you came from this video, and also go and see his TikTok as well, because you'll definitely find some laughs there that you're going to definitely enjoy and whatnot. So yeah, go and check out Charlie Dylan. Now the next shout out is for some people who probably won't watch his videos. I think one of them definitely might. But basically these guys are a collective of people, and they don't need me to shout them out, because I'm not, like with these shoutouts, I don't really expect them to do much. It's just to get the few of you who may check them out to check them out. But they're at like they're in the range of like, I think 40 to 100k mark in terms of subscribers. So me doing this doesn't really do anything, but I just want to acknowledge them for the fact of like the group called the Winkies. These guys have been like the reason I got back into YouTube, even just for watching it. Like they've given, like for YouTube for a little while, I kind of feel like one of the things I really enjoy about YouTube is finding a content creator and being able to just sort of watch their journey of being like a small content creator to then being like getting to the point and seeing them get success. And you can go back to like, I think even the first like video, the first Christmas Day video actually, you can go back in that, you will see that I shout out a guy called Whatism who is a part of this group, and I don't know how many subscribers he was at the time. I want to say no more than 500, and he even commented on the video and whatnot. So I've kind of seen these guys come up for a little while now, and to see the point that these guys are at, I'm super happy for them, and just the content they make is super entertaining. So in case I haven't actually mentioned all of them properly, but you have Whatism, XLHD, MXZ, Dr. Blue, and also Bio, the man, the myth, the legend, the Australian, the upside down man, Kyle, Mr. Bio, all of these guys, check them out because they have content you are gonna effing love. You're gonna love the content they make. They are spectacular. Their editing and just being funny, like, that's a skill in itself. And like, I'll be honest, like with their content, like in the last sort of like 2 years, where I've kind of like, I've not been fully with them, but I've always like kind of had them in the back of my mind. I'll sort of see them or whatnot, be like, they're doing well, good for them, sort of thing. But this year, I feel like I've really kind of got involved a bit more in their community, and they're a big reason why I've got back into just making YouTube videos as well. They've kind of inspired me to just watch YouTube videos, and when I watch YouTube videos, then guess what? I'm gonna start making YouTube videos. So to all you boys, thank you very much for like your inspiration, for helping me and just getting me back into this place where I feel like I can do YouTube again. But one of them in particular who I need to give a very special shout out to is XLHD. He has just hit, I think, 60k on YouTube, so congratulations for doing that, man. But he also modded me, which is great, so I can also moderate his streams and also get my name seen a bit more. But besides that, like with XL, I feel like he's the most relatable person, slash he's also the guy who I feel like, I mean, Buddhism and Carl, I think like they're aware of me. Carl especially, like there was this, I'll actually do it now, this is the perfect time to show it, but there was a point in their Winky's Awards stream where they kind of mentioned me and sort of like me helping Carl get to 100 subs.
I know, Ollie did send in some ideas actually, tweeted them to be fair.
Yeah, he left a comment on the mukbang. There was some actually really good ones, so they're definitely something to consider for next year, because I've got a couple we could add in for next year, and I'm sure by a year's time we'll have loads for a lot of categories. So and then
Ollie's back to, sorry Kyle to interrupt. Ollie's been around years. He's been around.
Yeah,
since
no,
like
he has.
2018, bro.
No, so
Big up
Ollie.
Solly.
So get this right. Ollie, I believe, was responsible for me hitting 100 subs. So I was streaming. Yeah, no, he was. Him and what was his mate's name? Until then tweeted something when I was on like.
May not be on this
No, not she. It's supposed to start with a P.
Until the
no. Yeah, no, it's mad. Ollie has been around for years, and yeah, I was streaming zombies, and he'd like tweeted out, and then on stream, like these bunch of people came in, and I got 100 subs, which was like my first big milestone.
Big ups yourself, Kyle.
Oh, thank you.
Names now.
Upson, that's it. Upson.
It's just mental.
That's it. I remember that name. Yeah,
Upson,
I do remember that name. I do remember that. Doesn't begin with a P though, does it, Kyle?
And that was like, that felt really special to me, just like Kyle remembered that, and like of course Kyle would, and obviously Buddhism also remembered it a bit as well, so that kind of meant a lot to me, and also like helped inspire me and motivate me even more with YouTube and whatnot. But with XL, like you're the guy who I'll always jump in your streams, Buddhism streams as well, I'll always jump in, but like whenever you're live, I'm like, boom, right, I'm gonna go into his streams, I'm gonna watch it, and I have a great time as well. But I think the main reason I kind of want to shout you out is the fact that you've been jumping into some of my live streams recently, and that's like, I don't know why it's like, you are only human, you're just going to watch whoever you want to watch, but like the fact you come into some of my live streams and you've just sort of like chatted with me for a little bit, and it just like, and it just makes me feel really happy to see that someone of XL size and just like him just being himself and whatnot, just like coming into my stream and just having a chat and whatnot, like it feels surreal at points. But like it's just that extra thing to just make me feel like if someone like him can be like aware of me and like enjoy some of the content I make, then anyone can really enjoy my content. To the Winkies, you guys have made an incredible community to be a part of. Like, keep doing what you guys are doing, and thank you for just being a motivation for me this year to make YouTube videos. Now moving on to my final shout out, I know there haven't really technically been many. I mean, you can technically say I've just shouted out 7 people, but again with that sort of theme of I haven't really been watching many people, the final person I want to give a shout out to in terms of content wise is Lambo. Like, mate, I know you're a little limited with the sort of like resources you have in terms of editing, but with what you make, it's super good, super funny, and I just really want you, in particular, this can be your Christmas present to me, to just focus on your YouTube, make your videos, and be a bit consistent with it, and I'll be happy to just see you on there. You've got a lot of potential when it comes to YouTube, so just like keep grinding, keep making your videos, be more consistent, and you'll make your pal very happy as you do so. And now just to shout out in the void, Upson, where the fuck are you? Okay, I have done everything that I had noted down on this, so the final note for me to leave this on is my goals of 2023. So 2023, I'm going to title 2023 the year of improving me. So from a more personal level, I want to keep going to the gym. I want to complete my driving and get a car and sort that whole thing out, because driving is, I'm 22 now, I need to get it sorted. It's just unexcusable. And I would hope by the end of the year that I could move out and potentially get a place of my own, and obviously get a job would be a part of that as well. So those are my kind of personal goals. So when it comes to YouTube, I want to keep making content and just make content and just make good content for that as well. We're at about, I think, 366 subscribers at this point in time when it comes to YouTube, so For me, I basically really want to kind of focus on trying to grow that. I'm not too bothered about the numbers, but obviously I'm going to be looking at them, that's not a lie. So I think hitting 500 during this year would be really nice to do. I want to get the live streams set up properly so we have OBS, we can have all the different fun screens and whatnot. So that's definitely on my agenda when it comes to making that content. And then finally, music. I want to get University Dropout released at a bare minimum. Other than that, just release some other like singles or some form of project as well. Would be nice to do. So those are my goals for 2023. Please let me know any of yours down in the comments below. Let me know what you've done for Christmas. I hope you've had a magical Christmas day. I have no clue how long this video is going to take. I've done this on the Monday prior to Christmas, so I've got about 5 days to edit this video together. So this is going to be a lot of fun to do because I'm pretty sure there's like an hour's worth of me rambling here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and for now, Merry Christmas, take it easy, and a Happy New Year. There's nothing in this cider bottle, but cheers. Dilly dilly.